Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here, and today I'm at the Bricks and Minifigs store in Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm joined by Carl. He's going to be showing us around this awesome store that's one of the newest Bricks and Minifigs stores here. You guys haven't been here real long.
No, we haven't. We've only been here about 7 weeks, so we opened in December, had a great December, a lot of reception. People are thrilled that we're here, and we're thrilled to be here.
I love that. And right when you walk in, you've got some awesome minifigs. You've got not only the ball figs, but also the Build-A-Minifig station as well.
Yeah, we think the ball figs are very attractive. People can come in and just pick one out that's already built, so they don't have to do anything with it. So it works out real well for the customers and gets their eyes that come in the store. And then we have the Build-A-Minifig table where they can come in and customize a minifig with just the characters or just the accessories that they want to make it look like them or someone they know.
And then beyond that, we have the used sets and kind of the counter area here. And so we first see some of the really cool sets that you have on display and for offer in the store.
Yeah, well, we tried to kind of put these in sections. We've got mostly architecture right here in the front, and we've had a lot of interest in architecture here. So we're trying to buy and sell a lot of those and make them available for people. And then right up here on the top row, we've got set number 196, which was a little car coach with a driver and a girl in it. And it shows some of the older Lego styles along with some of this other in-between stuff they came out with that was really kind of freaky looking, but it's really interesting stuff to consider that it is Lego. But then we go into some of the other city devices, and we've got these Technic machines here that are also very interesting. We like to take those when we go to shows because the kids are amazed at big motors and big interesting things. And then as you go along, you'll see we've got some of just about everything, from the trucks and vehicles and cars to castle things. We've got
some Galaxy
Mario.
Squad. You don't see that very often.
We've got
kind of a short-lived theme there, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually some Galaxy Squad, which is pretty interesting. And then we've got the monsters, which, you know, it looks a lot like the Haunted House, but it's actually not. It's from the monster sets. And then we got the fishing shack, which is always interesting. People like to look at that. And then we got, you know, other things here like we got the Harry Potter series. So we have several things from Harry Potter, including the train. We've got Lord of the Rings. We've got the
some Power Miners stuff up there, yeah. Another theme that you don't see super often, but some really fun colors.
Yeah, we've had quite a few Power Miners come through, and they have been popular. People are really excited to see them.
Something I wanted to make sure we pointed out as well is what definitely caught my eye when I came in is some of the older castle sets. There's a few different themes represented here. I see like Wolfpack there.
Yeah, we've had several old castle sets, and these have been very popular. Of course, this big one there is Ninjago, but we like to finish and certify these, or build them at least, so that people that come in can say, oh wow, I used to have that one back in the 70s. And it's been exciting for people to find that kind of thing.
And the Just Build It shirt in the corner?
Yeah, that's one that we actually get through the company. It has Just Build It on the front with the removal tool, and then on the back it has Bricks and Minifigs.
And of course, tons of minifigs as well. This plate over here just caught my eye. This would be like my childhood minifig plate. These are so many amazing themes represented here, especially the Western theme and then the blue coats and red coats. So
we're in quite a military area here. We've got Redstone Arsenal, the base here, and so we want to get more of military type things. But in the meantime, one of our workers, Eric, said, hey, I'll just build some of these out of the parts we already have. And we've gotten quite a good little set. And next to it is the doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Some of them have come in and said, do you have a minifig for that? Well, they weren't really in the sets or in the series figs, but we could make them up from the ones that we had. Most of those are from the city episodes, but we do have a lot of minifigs in the case. And nearly every series is represented. We have custom figs, of course, you see in the Muppets here. And then we've got above that Harry Potter and a lot of stuff from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And then we got the Simpsons. We've got just a little bit of almost everything, including Duplo.
Duplo dinosaurs?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I also wanted to mention the Friends sets here, because I know Friends is a theme that only continues to get more popular, and they're kind of doing the revamp right now and everything.
Right, with their new logo and their new ideas and themes, and more of the guys in the sets. They are starting to get a lot of more popularity. And the other thing is that they have so many different vibrant colors that you couldn't get in original sets, that people are starting to like even the bulk from Friends sets, because it gives them more opportunities to build different things. But we've got DC and
speaking of bulk as
Bionicle
well,
and everything.
you've got all the bulk tables around. So you see specialized Bionicle bulk right there. That's actually a really impressive array of Bionicle bulk you have here.
We actually have more than this, but to have the Bionicle bulk, we've had people come in and just go nuts over this because that's what they had when they were kids. And then we've also got masks in the cabinet if they want to buy just the masks. And then we've added, this week we added this Technics table so that the people who are building on Technics type sets can come in here and find their parts without having to dig through all of the bulk that's over there on the tables.
Yeah.
But
And then some Duplo as well, real quick, that I wanted to make sure we mention, because I know some people come in looking specifically, especially people with the real young kids.
Yes, Duplo has been very popular with the, especially under 4 series. Of course, most people know it doesn't have removable parts that can be swallowed. That makes it very safe. But we try to keep some of that in here. We also have Duplo bulk in bags, so if somebody just wants to add bricks, we can make them a good deal on some bricks. We buy that and sell it as well. And then something interesting we got next to this is Mixels. We haven't always had these, and I don't know if we always will, but having Mixels in here was kind of interesting. That's an older series that you don't see a lot. And then we've got parts for building cars and parts for trains, train track, and some other accessories. And then one of the things we're trying to do is to make multiple parts available to people that are builders. A lot of people like to build sets, but those who are builders that do mocks, they really like to be able to come in and find something they're looking for in quantity without having to search through the bulk. And we're finding that by separating these out, we've got everything from plants to boxes to, bricks to windows, and it's really made a difference. I think the customers appreciate being able to find that easily.
So for such a recent store, I'm really impressed with the variety of sets and pieces you have kind of for sale here. This is a really impressive quantity that you have here. So what has that experience been like, kind of getting the word out there and letting people know that, Bricks and Minifigs is here in Huntsville now, and you're able to bring your parts and your pieces in, and this is kind of a place that you can pick this stuff up?
Well, it's been quite interesting, and we still have people every day that ask, how does this work when you buy and trade? And so we answer the questions by just saying, well, you bring it in and we'll assess it and we'll look it up and see what it's worth, and we'll pay you a percentage of that, not just a percentage of what you paid for it. So that way they get to find that if their set has appreciated, they get to take advantage of that as well, not just us. And we started by buying a huge collection from a guy, bought in 2 different buys, but we bought about 3,500 at one time and another 4,000 at another.
Wow.
And he had been selling at a local thrift store, and we ended up with some of almost everything in that set. So that really gave us a big boost, and we've been working since April of last year to get this ready. So doing inventory, coming through and finding the different parts, building the sets, all that's been going on for months now.
Yeah, I love that. And as we go around the corner, you can see some more of what you got on display. I think on the right over here is a lot of Star Wars stuff, and then some more Sealed City on the left.
Yeah, we have quite an engineering type town, as I may have mentioned, but Star Wars is big in this area. And we have a lot of people that come in and trade. One of the interesting things is a lot of people will buy a Star Wars set, pull the minifigs out, and then they don't want the set. And they'll bring them to us and we'll give them a reasonable price for it. But that's why we have so many that are built. They're incomplete, so they can't be certified, and we can't sell them as new in the box. But they're certainly great sets that people want to add to their collection. And then we've got Star Wars minifigs here. And for a store that's only been open a short time, I think we've done pretty well at getting a good collection of them. So whether you're looking for General Cody or just a clone warrior or whatever, we've got most of what you're looking for here. And it's been well received, and we get a lot of turnover in that.
Mm-hmm. The Star Wars collector is always big into the minifigs, so that's always very important to have those stocked.
Right. And then, of course, in addition to that, we have a good supply of new and certified sets for Star Wars. So we have, a lot of the current things, and then we have certified sets where these are sets, of course, that are no longer being made by Lego. They're retired. But we can put them back in a box with their manuals and all the parts and minifigs and certify them as good as new.
Yeah, pick up some cool older sets, and you get even more on this side here as well. You see some of these old Lego games here, which is not something you see real often. It had the dice pieces in there. They actually made quite a variety of those. And then this old Orient Expedition set, I love that.
Yeah, and we've even got some stuff from I don't see it right now, but we've got some of the old archaeological type stuff from Egypt and things
Adventures
like that.
and all of that.
And some of this old space stuff. You know, people are really excited to see some of that old space with the little green parts.
Mtron, Blacktron, yeah.
Yep. And we have some of those minifigures as well. So, you know, it's a pretty wide variety of stuff.
But then, of course, the thing that stands out above the rest.
Okay, here we go.
Jack Stone, and this
don't have
appears
a
to be new in
collection.
box. I mean,
It is new in box.
are you
so
really a Lego fan until you have some Jack
I'm
Stone?
telling you, if you don't have a Jack Stone, you may not have a complete collection.
That's exactly
And,
right.
for those who may not know, Jack Stone was a series that they came out with where the minifigures did not come apart and younger kids could play with them. So it was for ages 4 and up.
Oh, and here's some of the adventure sets.
Oh
you
yeah,
were
here they are,
mentioning,
the adventure sets, yeah. So some of this stuff is really old, and we've got complete sets that are certified so that you can buy it just like it was new off the shelf. And then as we come around the corner, we've got our speed and technics
You got the
section.
petrol head section.
Petrol, yes, this is our petrol. Some of the, I think we only have electric cars in the Friends sets, but we've got quite a selection of speed, and that's been very popular here in this area. And then we've got, of course, some Technic cars down below. And then around the corner, a couple of larger sets, like the Daytona SP3 Ferrari, and then the McLaren, of course, and smaller Ferrari down there below. So we have at least 3 different sizes of Ferraris, so the Ferrari lovers should have what they want.
There you go. And we can make our way into the party room as well, because that's always something that I want to make sure we talk about, because it's such a unique thing that the Bricks and Minifigs stores have to offer the community as a space for not only birthday parties, which is kind of the classic use, but I'm sure you can hold all sorts of events in
yes,
here.
in fact, we've got the local LUG group, the Lego users group, that is going to be meeting in here as well monthly. But we also plan to open it up for meetings for an autism support group, and doing some robotics classes and things like that. So it gives us a nice area to work within, and when you're in here, we can be separate from the rest of the store so they don't interrupt each other. It works out really well. And the birthday parties have been great. Everybody seems to love them. They get to build a car and race it. We're working on being able to decorate Lego cupcakes, and also maybe doing just some small Lego dots type designs that they could do on their own. So that's some of the things that we're working on for this run.
Yeah, and you've got a really good amount of space in the store overall here. So as you were kind of figuring out the layout of everything, how did you decide kind of how to lay out the minifigs and the sets in the store a little bit? What was that process like as you've kind of figured out what works best for the customers and for you guys?
Yeah, I started with the geometry of the layout, and from there I decided, well, you need to at least let people come in and see minifigs all across the room. So that was the main reason we have counters all down one side. I wanted the same thing for the used sets. Come in and look down the side. We have a lot of people that come in and just drop their mouth and just, they have to stand there for a few minutes and just get situated, because they're like, wow, I've never seen all this in one place. And most people say, I've seen sets here that I never knew existed. And so that's part of the joy that we get from doing this. But our primary purpose is to bring joy to other people through Lego, and helping people find the right part or the right set is just something we love to do.
Yeah, what are some of the questions you have to answer a lot from people that come in the door that are just like stunned that a place like Bricks and Minifigs even exists, or that you can come in and see all this?
Well, there are a lot of questions. You know, some people say, did you think of this? And I said, well, almost. I mean, I had the idea for the store, but then I found the franchise for Bricks and Minifigs and said, no, they've got it figured out. I want to do it this way. But they ask about the used sets and why they're on the wall. And they ask about how the trading works, and they ask about, you know, birthday parties or any of a number of things. But one of the things they say the most is, this is so cool, and I'm just so glad that I can offer that to people.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point about the fact that Bricks and Minifigs is a franchise. So if people maybe watch this video and they're like, this looks like something really cool that I'd like to be involved in, they can actually find more info on the Bricks and Minifigs website and look into starting a franchise for themselves.
Oh yes, there are about 100 stores being developed right now or already open. So sometime this year we'll pass that mark, and there are more open, but I think there are somewhere around 300 or 400 available locations throughout the United States.
And we've seen so much cool stuff on display here. Do you sell any of that online, or is this only in store at this point?
Yes, I do. Some of it has been online before. We've recently gone through a change in our website. I'm just starting to put things back on. But I do plan to put especially some of the collector sets and things like that up so that people can find those on our website.
Cool. And what's the best place for people to
It's
check that out?
bricksandminifigshuntsville.com.
Okay. And what's your general kind of social media presence like if people just want to follow updates at the store and see what's going on?
We have Facebook and Instagram, and we're on there at, I believe it's Bricks and Minifigs HSV.
Okay.
But certainly if you go to our website, you can link to Facebook and Instagram as well.
Perfect. And we'll make sure to put links to the social media and the website in the description of this video as well. So for everyone watching, if you're ever in the Huntsville area, make sure you stop on by, check out all of the awesome stuff that they have on display here. You can even, book the party room if you want and hold your own event in here. So thanks for showing us around today.
Well, you're welcome, Josh.
Make
appreciate
sure
you coming in.
everyone watching, make sure you stop on by the store.
Thank you.